Look, okay, I knew this was going to happen, but I'm still upset about it. Because even though I knew that this was the inevitable conclusion, it still really pisses me off. Because Xbox games going to $70 just means that this price isn't going away anytime soon. I feel like enough people were buying PlayStation 5 games and enough people were buying Activision games and EA games at that $70 price range that Microsoft felt comfortable enough to go, why don't we do it too? Why don't we just make more money? Because the thing is, very few companies even have a remote justification to have their price at $70. I would argue none of them should be $70, but if we really want to take a look and play devil's advocate to some of those people that defend $70 games, I don't know why they do it. Why would you defend giving away more money? I don't understand that. You can give me more money if you want. Anyway, sorry. If you really want to play devil's advocate and you want to take a look and go, okay, well, let's look at what games deserve $70. It sure as shit isn't Microsoft's games. Because Xbox titles, while some are great, like the Forza Horizon series, they are all packed with microtransactions. Every single one of those games has so many microtransactions in them. And if they don't have microtransactions, they have a shitload of DLC. So you can't tell me that these games haven't already gone up in price. Whenever people start to try to tell me they haven't gone up in so long, they gotta keep up with inflation, they gotta I swear to God, if I hear inflation one more time, I'm gonna lose it. Because games have been keeping up with pricing, believe it or not. I know it's crazy, and I know we just keep seeing that line go up and up and up of how much money they're making, but for some reason people keep ignoring that. I mean, Fortnite made billions of dollars, but let's ignore that. Let's ignore all of that. Let's ignore how much EA has made. Just ignore all the profits that these companies have made while still laying off 800 people like Activision Blizzard did at their peak. So, let's ignore all that. Look at what games deserve $70. And I feel like the only games at this point that deserve that $70 is Sony games. Sony's in-house developers most of the time have very little DLC when it comes to extra things you can buy, and none of them that I can think of besides Gran Turismo. Maybe there's other ones out there. I can't think of many off the top of my head. I know God of War doesn't have microtransactions. Horizon doesn't have microtransactions. Spider-Man doesn't have microtransactions. Ratchet and Clank doesn't have microtransactions. I don't think their games have microtransactions. Most of those games, Returnal, Demon's Souls. I'm struggling to come up with more games here because there really aren't that many PlayStation 5 games. But I digress. My point is that their games normally do not have microtransactions or that much monetization. And that kind of makes it okay. If we're playing devil's advocate, I still don't want them to be $70. I still don't think it makes sense when they're already making tons of profit. But if we were to choose a category of games that deserves it, it's those. Because EA, are you kidding me? None of those games deserve the $70 price tag. I think the Star Wars game, I think that didn't have microtransactions. Is that really the only one I can think of off the top of my head? Yes, because the rest have microtransactions. Maybe the new Need for Speed doesn't have microtransactions, but I'd be very surprised. Most of their games are chock full of predatory microtransactions. Ubisoft, that's a joke. Those games are free-to-play games that are sold to you at $60, which they have just recently announced that those games are going to be $70 as well. So, sexual harassment, Ubisoft company went from like, oh, well, at least they're not charging $70 for their crap games, and I don't have to wait too long for them to hit that $20 point. Nope. Now they're going to be $70, just like Skull and Bones is going to be $70 when it first comes out, which is going to be a multiplayer-only pirate game that I guarantee will be full of so many cosmetics, all the cosmetics in the world that you want to buy, and all the ones you want to earn, they're going to be okay. So those games don't deserve to be $70. Bethesda games don't deserve to be $70 anymore because they come out and they're a broken mess. They also have quite a bit of DLC, so you could argue that, again, it's not actually a $60 game because of all that other stuff. Now, I know that's a little bit of a stretch, but a lot of their DLC is kind of crap. I mean, if you look at a lot of the reviews on those, they seem like they're rushed out, like there's really not too much time spent on them. And also paid mods. I think paid mods, really, I can rest my case right there. They have microtransactions now with paid mods. Activision, Blizzard, full of microtransactions, just chock full of them. Again, those games are basically free-to-play games at this point. Though I can't say that about the newest Call of Duty because it does have a lot of content outside of the fact that it does have microtransactions, it does have a battle pass, but man, does it have a lot of content. But I still don't think it's a $70 game because again, they're getting that extra money from people through the battle pass, through those microtransactions, which is where most of these companies make their money. That's why they're making billions of dollars in profit, because people are just giving all the money away to them for things that they can use for a year. I'm looking at you, Call of Duty. Though this year you get to keep them for 2 years, so that's cool, I guess. So I'm just not happy that this trend has continued. I'm not happy that there are defenders of this. If you defend it in the comments, you're just stupid. I mean, why are you defending it, honestly? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't understand it. It honestly boggles my mind that anybody would defend these poor business practices that are targeted at you to take your money. Whenever I'm against any of these things, and then people have a backlash to me, I'm like, what is going on? Why do you care so much about these massive corporations? Because indie games aren't going to $70. They're not doing that. Those are the people that need the money. These big, massive AAA corporations are making money hand over fist. They have all the marketing budget in the world. They're doing fine. And yet people will defend them. I don't understand it. And I have a bad feeling that this is just a vision of what is to come when it comes to Microsoft's pricing. I feel like we're going to see Game Pass go up next year. We're going to see consoles go up next year. It's going to be a shit show. I feel like my whole thoughts on Microsoft are going to shift in 2023 just because of this move right here. And the fact that they talked about earlier that, we're not going to raise pricing on consoles during the holiday season. So after, it's sounding like they're going to start raising prices. So kind of sad. I was happy about the Series S being cheap and affordable for people that couldn't afford the Series X, couldn't afford the PS5, but wanted to play video games with their friends. That was their way in. I'm hoping prices don't go too much higher, and I'm hoping Game Pass doesn't go up too much higher, because at a certain point, it's not going to be worth it, because you're only going to have so much time in those 3-month periods that you can buy it, because you can't buy a year of it for some reason, to really play all of those games on Game Pass. And I guess they're trying to justify, you know what, this is a, right here, conspiracy theory. They're raising the prices of their first-party titles to increase the perceived value of Game Pass, so people will be more willing to spend more money in 2023 when they inevitably jack up the price. Look, I did it. Boom, conspiracy theory. If I'm correct, I'm going to clip this, and I'm going to make another video going, I told you so, and if I'm wrong, hell yes, that's amazing. Game Pass gets to stay a wonderful value, and we all win. So like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I am very interested to see what you guys think about this whole thing, if you think my conspiracy theory is crazy, or if you think it is a distinct possibility. Of course, please like the video if you guys liked it, and subscribe for more content. And as always, have a fantastic day. See you, everybody.